Hi, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Thursday, December 26th. So we have the moon in Scorpio energy here all day. And although we came out of a very difficult energetic day here yesterday, we definitely ended the day on a more empowered note. Now, the moon in Scorpio is hella intense. We do get illuminated to some of the things that aren't working, some of the things that we don't enjoy, because it illuminates the fears, the doubts, the insecurities still alive and well within us, which is, of course, the shadow work that we have to be doing in order to make a major change and transformation in our soul and spirit in order for us to boss up, to be ready to take on the challenges of blazing a brand new path into the future and very much feeling like we're able to achieve whatever it is that we put our minds to. So there are 9 different aspects taking place here today. 8 of them are going to be involving the moon. The moon in the Scorpio energy going to make a little bit of an awkward interaction out of the gate with Neptune, who of course is in his rulership in Pisces energy. Now this is water on water action, but it's not a favorable aspect, which means that water can get stormy. It can get overwhelming. It can get a little bit crazy, chaotic, a little bit choppy. We are second guessing our intuition, second guessing our wants, needs, and desires. And again, a lot of that is stemming from the fears, doubts, and insecurities that we're now realizing that we have that could possibly kind of derail us from doing what it is that we know in our heart and our soul that we 100% need to do. Now, because Neptune in this Pisces energy gets very overwhelmed very quickly, because it's the escape artist of the zodiac, because there is a tendency to tap into the victimhood mentality under this particular influence, be very careful with your thoughts, with your emotions. Now, we're going to have a little bit of help because the moon in Scorpio is then going to make a very positive interaction with Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, in the Sagittarius energy. Mercury, although he's still not up to speed, up to power, up to snuff, he is still in his post-retrograde shadow period until the beginning of the new year. He is in Sagittarius energy, which is as dreamy, as confident, as optimistic, as positive as we could possibly get in our mental plane. And we're definitely going to need that boost of positivity with some of the energies popping off. The moon is our heart space. Mercury is our head space. The moon in Scorpio energy understands that we're holding on to a lot of old emotions, a lot of heaviness, a lot of weight. And because Mercury is shining a bright light on the beautiful outcomes that we are currently desiring for our future selves, we understand that our emotions at this particular juncture are the problem. Those emotions are bouncing around. They are telling us to not make a move, to not think about the future, to not even try to grow and evolve, because that is a scary ass thing. However, our heart and our head are working together to try and get on the same page and really convince ourselves that whatever it is that we're focused on, the positive outcome, that we have the power within our emotional selves to restructure the way that we're feeling in order to release that weight and to really get in alignment with the, let's call it, positive outcomes that we're really wanting to manifest. But of course, just when things are getting good, we have the moon in Scorpio making a very awkward interaction with Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings, who's currently retrograde, looking back, reassessing, reanalyzing in Gemini energy, again, the mental plane. So this is going to kind of knock the wind out of our sails. This is going to convince us that, guess what, we should lean all the way into our crappy emotions and really sit in our fears, doubts, and insecurities. Usually Jupiter would bring optimism. He would bring confidence. He would magnify our ability to grow and evolve in the best kind of ways. But because this is not a nice interaction, we're really sitting in the funk. Now, I welcome you to sit in the funk just to observe the dark parts of you that are still alive and well, that you have to do something about in order to free up the space, free up the lane for you to move on and move forward. However, there is this particular, I'm going to say, want, need, and desire to overcome these energies. We're tired of feeling like crap. We're tired of feeling like we are afraid of everything. We're tired of feeling like we're never going to get out of the same spot. And so, although the dark spots that our heart and head take us in aren't favorable, they don't feel good, we have a lot to learn from them. And it's how to break ourselves down in order to build ourselves up in a much better, much stronger kind of way. We're going to receive a lot of help here because we have the moon in the Scorpio energy, trining, which is a beautiful interaction, with Saturn, the Lord of Karma, who of course is in Pisces energy. So this is water on water action in the best kind of ways. And water washes over us. It cleanses us from the junk, from the gunk, from the heaviness, from the grief, from the sadness. And then it kind of refreshes us. It renews us. It restores our hopes, our wishes, our faith. It renews our ability to understand that our greatest strengths come from the fears, doubts, insecurities, and vulnerabilities that we are very much being illuminated to as we're facing some very important choice points, decision points on what we're going to do, what we're going to pursue moving into the new year. Just when we're feeling good, the moon is going to make a harsh interaction with that North Node in Aries energy. So it's almost as if we were thinking about the future. We were taking a realistic approach on what to do. We were getting organized in our thoughts and our emotions. We were feeling good and positive and confident about what it is that we're going to achieve in the year to come. And just when we were feeling empowered about it, we started to let those fears, doubts, and insecurities creep in. Suddenly, we're just speaking fear into the vision, to the dream that we were excited to pursue. Just when we were feeling good, we start kind of convincing ourselves that it's not going to happen. Shouldn't even bother. And again, we have to override these energies. Now we're going to have a positive interaction help us out because the moon in Scorpio is going to make a positive interaction with Pluto, the ruler of the Scorpio energy. And again, Pluto, the great transformer, is in Aquarius energy, focused on the future, focused on that big vision, and focused on breaking it down into smaller manageable pieces so that we actually have power and control over making some changes and adjustments here in the present moment to actually help us align with the goal, the vision, the dream that, of course, we want to manifest, we want to bring to life, we want to pursue. Now, this is an empowerment energy. This is us realizing by looking back earlier in the day, the fears, the doubts, the insecurities, also looking back to all of the tough love life lessons that we've already struggled through, that we've already overcome, that guess what? There shouldn't be anything to fear. We've been thrown some very difficult cards, if you will, in the past, and we have survived. We have overcome. We have thrived in the face of those challenges. So what are we afraid about? This is a boss up energy. This is going to help put things into perspective. It's going to kind of reveal the hidden layers of the fears, the doubts, the insecurities that our unconscious self wants us to sit in so that we do not grow, we do not evolve. Now, the moon is going to interact with Chiron, the wounded healer, who is retrograde in Aries energy shortly thereafter. And this is definitely going to take us out of that empowerment energy and throw us back in the poor, woe is me, dark pit of fears, doubts, and insecurities. Now, at the same time, as none of us really enjoys this energy, we have a lot to learn from it. We have to break ourselves down, beat ourselves up in order to recreate who it is that we are moving into the new year. Again, we just had the sun be reborn. We are in a new karmic chapter, but the overlap between the old world and the new world is this present moment, and it has us torn in two very different directions. Now, Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information, communication, how it is that we express ourselves, in Sagittarius energy, mind you, going to directly oppose and sit across from Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings. He is retrograde in Gemini energy. So here's the thing. Mercury naturally rules over the Gemini energy that Jupiter is retrograde in, and Jupiter rules over the Sagittarius energy that Mercury is currently sitting in and had previously retrograded in as well. So this is what we call mutual reception, when the, let's call it, rulers of the particular energy switch spots and sit across from each other in the zodiac wheel to gain a different perspective. Because Mercury is all about the mental plane, because Jupiter is about growth and expansion, there's going to be a lot of tension in our headspace. But the tension is coming from trying to break us out of looking back at the past, looking at the fears, the doubts, the insecurities, looking at the challenges, looking at all that didn't go right, and instead focus on all that has gone right, all that is working, all the silver linings, all the positivities, all of the things that make us laugh and make us smile. Now, an opposition doesn't feel good. It does feel like we're being torn in two very different directions, but the amount of growth that is going to come out of us doing the nitty-gritty walkthrough of where it is that our negative ass narrative is trying to hold us back, and where it is that the optimism, the confidence of both Sagittarius energy and Jupiter trying to have us kind of override, flip the script, rewire the brain into focusing in on where it is that these growth and challenges are definitely putting us in a situation to override the narrative that has kept us stagnant. So that's probably not going to feel good, but as this energy passes over the next couple of days, it's going to illuminate for us a brand new vision, if you will, a brand new understanding, if you will, a brand new focal point on what we have to breathe new life into. Now, we are going to end the day off with the moon in the Scorpio energy, semi-squaring, so creating a little bit of tension and conflict with the sun in Capricorn energy. Typically speaking, Scorpio energy, Capricorn energy, usually they work very well together because when you water something, something grows. And we have the water energy, the emotional, intuitive, fixed sign of Scorpio, and we have the cardinal earth energy of Capricorn. So what we're getting here, because anytime that the sun and the moon are coming together, it's going to illuminate for us wants, needs, and desires, what we have to do, what we have to pursue. We are going to be illuminated to all of those things, but through tension, through conflict, through not feeling so good, not feeling so hot. Here's the thing. The sun in Capricorn energy, as much as we want to be focusing in on the future, we are at this particular juncture being torn between the past and the future. We understand that tradition reigns supreme in the Capricorn energy. What is tried, tested, and true, what is familiar, what is comfortable is usually what we want to stick to. The Scorpio energy, which is a fixed sign, which should be all of those things, realizes that we can't continue to do the same old, and expect any kind of different result other than the ones that we've already got. We understand now that emotionally speaking, a major change, a major transformation, a major growth needs to happen in our inner realm in order for us to make the changes in our outer realm necessary and needed in order to break away from the karmic chapters that, again, we're trying to put behind us. So there is going to be illumination of what we want, what we need, what we desire, what we have to do, what we have to pursue. It's coming with a great weight, a great responsibility. That's what Capricorn energy is. It's time for us to rise up. It's time for us to boss up. It's time for us to do what needs to be done to break away from the old and to start preparing our strategies on how to actually move closer to the new.